Hi again. So now let me show you the items that I use daily. Here we have the herbal steam pot. Oh, some of my friends say it looks like salam chukru. We have the body mask. And we have the medicines that I used. Specifically this one's the important one. And we'll talk about that later. And before I start, I want to give a shout out to my friend Mr. Munkel Plaeng for helping me find the scientific names for some of these items. So, there's going to be 6 ingredients that are must-haves, and then I'll throw in some more that are more for like aromatic purposes. So number 1, the most important, is the Romeat or Turmeric. It's good to use the actual the whole turmeric if you have it, but you can also use it in the powder form if you want. This is actually in powder form because I used it for the mask. You would put, like, I would say estimate like a handful. I couldn't get exact measurements for any of this stuff because the elders actually don't measure anything. Everything is sman, which is estimate. Right? So everything they just estimate. Basically, if you can get it to look like this, then you did an awesome job. Alright, so just estimate. I would say like equal parts for everything if you want to use a measurement, 1-to-1 ratio. So that's number 1 is turmeric. Number 2 is Polei, which is called Zinigiber Cassumanar, and it's from the ginger family. Of course, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but I will provide the wiki links of all of these in the description below. Third, we have Plae, which is Kaffir wine, and Sleuk Krey. Here we have a nice little tree here that's growing that I got from the temple on New Year's.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually given to me by my aunt. That's right. The one that we bought from the temple died, but this one is from my aunt and it's growing very nicely. So you want to take like a handful if you have. I was lucky that my aunts were growing it too, so they just like gave me like bags and bags of it for me to use in the formula. Okay, so that's number 4 is Sleuk Krey. Number 5 is Sleuk Krey, lemongrass. And number 6 is Sbov, which is salt. So those are the 6 key ingredients. Again, that's Romeat, Polei, Sleuk Krey, Plae, Sleuk Krey, and Sbov. I don't know why I just said that in Khmer, but I'm sure you got the gist of it. So the other ingredients that can be added, but are not required. Number 7 is Reus Smov Kravagn, and we couldn't get the scientific name for that. But if you go to a if you're lucky enough to go to a Cambodian store or something, just say that name to them and maybe you can find it. Next is Maom. It's actually a very popular herb in Khmer cooking. Maom is Limnophila aromatica, also known as swamp leaf or rice paddy herb. Number 9 is Sleuk Boriyum. Again, I don't have the scientific name for that. And number 10 is Pumsen, which is called Patchouli. And 11 is Reus Smov Kravagn Chrouk. Scientific name is Cyperous Rotundus, and it's also known as cocoa grass. And actually that's all the ingredients. So 11 ingredients. Basically anything that smells good you can add because you're sitting there, you want the steam, so you're sitting there for a long time, you want it to smell good, right? Okay, so moving on to the number 2, which is body mask. Here I've used a lot of it, so you'll notice that it's already towards the bottom, but what I did was I put equal parts halfway. First we start half of the bottle, right? So just take half of the bottle and fill it up with the Zinigiber Cassumanar, the Polei, and the Romeat. So you want to mix that, mix these 2 together first, and then fill it up halfway, and then the rest of the way fill it up with Clear Vodka. I just used the cheapest vodka that I could find since you're putting it on your body anyways, you're not consuming it. So you just basically use the cheapest one that you can find. And last, number 3, are my herbal medicines. This one here is it looks like I filled it all to the top, but really I only filled it halfway. You want to fill half of your bottle, any container that you have, of black sesame seed. And I did ask specifically between black and white sesame seed, and they said that the elders have always said to use black sesame seed. So fill the bottle up halfway with black sesame seed, and then fill the rest of the way with clear vodka. For this one, you might want to use a vodka that you like to consume, since you're going to be drinking it. So my go-to, Grey Goose, shh, don't tell anybody. But so you want to consume 1 tablespoon per day. So if you are breastfeeding, as a disclaimer, make sure that you are not consuming this right before you feed your baby. Definitely look up what the appropriate levels are. You know, you can use test strips and things like that to make sure that you're not. But 1 tablespoon, don't quote me on it, but I think 1 tablespoon should be fine. Now what I did was I just, you know, bottle fed the baby if I was going to have like a tablespoon of it. Other medicines that I used is I was able to find the supplemental form of the turmeric. So I actually took a couple of these, and you want to just, I got this at Costco. Basically you just want to follow the suggested usage on the bottle. I also was able to find the supplemental form of ginger. So what we do in Khmer families is, in the past, basically you cook everything with ginger in it. You have caw, which is caramelized, well, caw, you can call anything caw, which is a stew. Caw is stew, so basically you stew and you put lots and lots of chunks of ginger in it. Everything you want to consume should have some form of ginger in it, any stir fry that you use. But I thought that, I was like, you know what, might as well go all the way and get the ginger supplement. This one is not a Khmer thing, it's just other herbs that I use. For breast milk production, I used the fenugreek. I found that very helpful. And of course my doctor said to continue taking the prenatal medicines. So those were some of the pills that I used. And the last ingredient, the last, I call it medicine, it's actually candied kaffir lime peels. So while the kaffir lime is still fresh, one of my aunts took the peel and caramelized it to make a candy version. So the candied kaffir lime peel and the black sesame and vodka tonic is, the purpose of those are for uterine retraction and pain relief all around. So I found that this worked very well. And let me check my notes here, but I think that's it. I hope that was helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me below.